Decoldest Crawford, guy with a lot of potential, but Mickey Joseph recruit. It makes sense. Jaquez Yant brought here, had a big game, never really translated. I mean, it makes sense why guys like that leave, but the one that had everybody shocked, freshman linebacker Ernest Hausmann, Columbus native, pride of Nebraska, played it every game as his freshman year, and he hits the portal.
Well, and it's crazy. Like, I mean, you go back to the two you just touched on. Yant has that big game. He becomes the name around here, obviously being the big prototypical power back that doesn't hit the field that everyone thinks should be in there on every third down in the Big Ten type of thing. You look at a Decoldest Crawford. I mean, he's probably best known for the heating and air commercial around the state.
May it forever live on.
But the just, I mean, in his situation too, going back to his big of a name recruit, it left people hungry for more with the potential that never really came to fruition here. And obviously he was dealing with injuries and everything else along the way. But yes, Hausmann is the big one. I mean, we go back to the Michigan game, and a bunch of us were writing after it that the Michigan game is obviously a little bit of a sign of the times of where Nebraska is currently at as a program, that looking ahead, Ernest Hausmann is one of these building blocks toward the future. 3 weeks later, you don't know if Ernest Hausmann's ever going to hit the field again in a Nebraska uniform. And it's, like you said, you've got that local aspect. You saw how much he really grew throughout the season. And I think that's what makes it hurt more. Is, I mean, you had a kid that played the first couple weeks, rode the bench, and then just came back and, I mean, absolutely took the Big Ten by storm in a few of those games. I want to say the Michigan game, he had like 13, 14 tackles. Wisconsin, Minnesota, he made an impact in both of those games. And at least from the outside looking in, you got the impression he genuinely liked being here. He had that connection with Barrett Ruud, which, again, goes back to Barrett Ruud's going to be out the door. You don't know if what this kid is going to connect out with the new position coach, with the new coaching staff. And, I mean, once again, the door's still open, but at least all indications the grass may be greener on the other side for him with how he's looking at it right now.
Well, this is just the landscape of modern college football. It doesn't matter. You could find a diamond in the rough. You could find a guy who's no stars, no offers, no nothing. He has one big year, and suddenly, 20 schools want him. And that's not just something that Nebraska has. I mean, FCS schools, smaller FBS schools. I mean, it's just the case. If you have a standout with years of eligibility remaining, it's very easy for them to find a better option in the portal.
Well, and on the other aspect of that too, I mean, there's Ernest Hausmanns at every school around the country type of thing that are going to hit the portal that, yes, at least on paper, you're going to have the local aspect. Columbus kid, he comes here, everyone's got that sense of attachment right away. But you might have the ability for Matt Rule and his staff to go out and get an Ernest Hausmann type of player to come here, and not just at linebacker, but at other positions and fill those roles. So.